Welcome to some more thoughts. I have many thoughts, specifically about modern video games today. uh, yeah, this is just gonna be a rant, which, I mean, isn't that just what most videos where people give their thoughts and opinions on something end up being? By the end of it, it's just a rant. So, okay, yeah, anyways. I'm just going to list off a couple reasons why I hate modern video gaming. So, let's start with the first issue. So many games are just broken on release. Like, broken to the point of unplayable. Like, I hate getting a new game, only have to wait hours and hours to play it because of a day one patch, and then after you download the day one patch, you get on, and it's like, it didn't really fix anything, because the game's still broken, and barely functioning, and crashing. And it's even worse when you get a game that's been like in development for like 4 or 5 years, and then on day one you get the massive patch, and then you start playing, and it's like, I'm like falling through the map and the world, everything's glitching out, textures are just broken. It's just like, how in 4 and 5 years couldn't you have released a finished product? The next thing, and this is a bit hypocritical of me to talk about, saying the fact I'm playing Warframe, but spending more money on games you've already bought. Well, technically it isn't hypocritical because Warframe's free to play, but it does have microtransactions in it. But yeah, I just hate this obsession with downloadable content and microtransactions and season passes and games that you've already paid for. So yeah, I guess Warframe doesn't make me a hypocrite. Oh well, whatever. It still has microtransactions in it, but it is free to play. I'm talking about games where you like spend $60 and it's like, oh no, see this? There's about 15 DLCs we walked away behind a paywall. It's content that you technically already know. You're just paying for access to it. Oh yeah, and like, that's a dream back when games cost $60. Now the pricing of games is just going up and up, while they still have all of this crap in it, and it's like, just why? Well, because development studios and publishers are greedy, but whatever. Another thing I hate about modern video games. Video games that are basically just movies. In other words, video games where only 10% of the content is you actually physically playing them. Now that might be a bit of an over-exaggeration, but it certainly is what it feels like when you're playing them. Like, there should be no reason to have a cutscene that is more than 5 minutes. Like, no reason for that. Next issue. Let's bring back an old franchise and make a new game in it. Only to make it nowhere near being anything like the originals. Like the God of War ones. I hate the modern God of War video games. I hate that they're basically just RPGs. Lame RPGs at that. There was nothing wrong with the original God of War games. They were just beat 'em ups with some platforming elements in them, and it was fun. But now everything's gotta be lame these days, I guess you could say. I also just hate the modern depiction of Kratos. Like, whoever thought that was a good idea, like, any aspect of modern day Kratos is just clearly did not play the original games. And the creator of Kratos, one of the main people from the old God of War games, just recently said he hated the modern depiction of Kratos too. So, glad we're in agreement there. Next thing. Open world games. Because an open world game either means mostly empty or packed full of pointless, boring side content that nobody wants to waste their time on. Meaning you either get a Ubisoft game, which is the pointless side content that nobody wants to do, or you get a Bethesda game where it's just miles and miles of nothing. I'm not really going to go too much into this next one. Like, I don't have a whole lot to say about this. But just, like, massive budgets. Like, there's no reason a video game should cost more than $10 million to make. Sports games is my next thing I want to talk about. And just, I used to love playing sports games. Like Madden, I love playing the older Madden games. Nowadays, I can't stand them. Like, any of them. I don't like any of the Madden games. I don't really care that much about FIFA anymore. I refuse to play any of the 2K sports games. Like, any game that has 2K in its name and it's a sports game, just immediately I'm no longer interested. The only one I've really played recently is the most recent baseball game, MLB, The Show, and that's pretty much it. The next topic is wokeness. Just wokeness. I really don't know why you wouldn't bring that into video games. I mean, it hasn't helped any other entertainment industry, so I don't know why you would want to go that route in gaming. Next issue I want to talk about is the COD issue. Call of Duty. Yeah, I'm getting sick of these massive franchises that just release the same product over and over again, only somehow more watered down than the previous ones. Which is why I don't play Call of Duty games anymore. And as a final thing I just want to say, and this is just for PlayStation 4, which is what I own, why does my PlayStation keep putting games I don't play on my dashboard? Like, it's advertising these games to me, because I'll just turn my PlayStation on one day and boom, there's a thing for Fortnite in the list of my games, and I've never played Fortnite. Or it'll be like, ooh, here's some stuff about Apex, and it's like, I haven't played Apex since I set up a new login for my PlayStation. And it's like, stop advertising this stuff to me. I'm not going to play them. So, yeah, that's thoughts about modern gaming. Pretty sure I'll make another video on this topic eventually, because it's modern gaming. It'll give me more reasons to rant about it. Anyways, thanks for watching this when you do, and goodbye.